Hello once again. This is Marshall bringing you something different. This is an 8-player free-for-all commentary. I am playing as the Seleucids. I have 4 fully upgraded cataphracts and a fully upgraded scythe chariot. Pretty newbie, I know, but I'm just trying to get as most kills as possible. So, at the beginning, I charge in my cataphracts against the Julii Romans. I'm trying to cause as much damage as I can to get kills since it's scored resolution. I bring my scythe chariots in the back. It looks like they kill a bunch of Romans, but they were all just faking it and they get back up. So now I'm just going to keep trying to do some cycle charges. But as you can see in the background there, Armenia, who have spammed cataphract archers, are in the background. And they're waiting for a chance to move in. So they're just shooting both our guys. And I keep charging in. Bring out my maces and just slaughtering some Romans. I charge my general unit of cataphracts into those cataphract archers to try to slow them down. But against that many cataphract archers, they don't stand a chance. On the far side, my scythe chariots are routing, but they'll come back, and they're very useful. As you can see here, in that fight there, I didn't pull up my maces, which was dumb of me. Otherwise, I could have got many more kills. So I pull up my cataphracts now, charge them right into those cataphract archers, and not very great move on my part. My general gets killed, and almost all my cataphracts are out, except the ones on the far side, who are all pretty much dead now. Yeah, still using those spears, and now my entire army is pretty close to being wiped out. But I did get a fair bit of kills, as you can see from the carnage. And now Parthia is moving over to engage the Armenians, and Parthia spam cataphract camels. So we'll see how that goes soon. I'm charging in my scythe chariots, but they run amok. They kill my entire general unit of cataphracts, as you see. They would have probably regrouped, but no, they won't. Meanwhile, while this was going on, Spain and Britain were fighting it out. Spain took 3 heavily upgraded bull warriors, Scutarii, and a fully upgraded armored general's bodyguard. And the Britons took 4 warlord chariots. They lose their general, and they rout pretty quickly. And they also have a unit of head hurlers who will get annihilated. But I don't have time to show you that. The rules of this FFA were just 5 units only, any units you wanted. All these guys were fun to play with, very nice guys. Yeah, over here, my regrouped unit of cataphracts I don't notice gets butchered by some Numidians from Carthage, and they're gone. Meanwhile, what remains of my force charges into the melee between the camels and the cataphract archers. They kill quite a few by pulling out their maces. But overall, they don't stand a chance in that melee. And as soon as he turns his attention to my cataphracts, they won't stand a chance. As you can see, quite a few of them have already died. But I am taking quite a few with me. Those maces are really devastating. So there routes my unit. Over here, the Romans have now formed a noob square. And my other unit of cataphracts that regrouped is going to charge into the melee as well. My scythe chariots are just running around. So here come my cataphracts, charging in valiantly. But to no avail. I'll get a few more kills, but it really won't do much of anything. Meanwhile, after those units rout of my cataphracts, Carthage sends in his Numidians and a hammer and anvil charge, but really doesn't do anything. They all sort of die without Parthia even turning around, and they get destroyed rather quickly. Meanwhile, on the other side of the battle, oh yeah, and Armenia is getting completely routed out. Armenia's general is gone, then they're pretty much out of the battle. The Bruttii have formed a testudo for some reason, and Carthage hidden units has now come out. They are 3 heavily upgraded sacred bands and a highly upgraded general's bodyguard. And my scythe chariots are still doing quite a bit of damage to those camels. They're killing quite a few now, actually doing something for once. and they killed some there, and they're gonna kill some more here. My opponent made the mistake of trying to get thought he would get some easy points by killing my chariots that are running amok, but really I get more points out of it than him by killing a bunch of his camels. Those kills come in handy in the end, as you'll see. Meanwhile, the Brudii are now engaging what remains of Spain, who didn't actually lose too many men. The Pila throw, and for some reason the Spanish Pila completely devastates the front Roman units, which normally you wouldn't see. But then again, bold warriors are very effective fighters. So Spain charges in. The Roman begins to envelop him. Oh, that Pila throw was devastating. And here comes the cavalry. It hits the unit from behind. But at this point, it's pretty much over for Spain. Once Spain gets surrounded, they don't stand a chance, as do anyone for that. And the bold warriors seem to be pushing through there, but against the Romans, there's no way they'll break. So this is pretty much everyone pretty much knows what's going to happen. So now, fast forward, Spain is losing one unit, and I'm pretty sure they'll lose their general soon, which will cause a mass rout. There goes a bull warrior. I guess not. Oh, there we are. And the rest of Spain routs, just like that. Meanwhile, on the other side of the battlefield, Parthia and Carthage are ganging up on the Julii. Parthia charges in all his camels, and Carthage just looks like he's going to charge, and then decides not to, and will let Parthia and the Julii kill each other. It's not his battle, so he thinks. He's just going to position himself for what looks like a devastating charge, but right when he's about to charge, all of Parthia's units rout. They don't get the opportunity for a big charge. The Julii opponent has the time to turn around and face this oncoming attack, but after fighting off after the Romans just fought off one cavalry army under the Parthians, so they already fought off mine, so they're very depleted and tired. And here comes the Carthaginian general's bodyguard in for a hammer and anvil charge, as you saw, and the Romans now are sadly being pushed back. This fight still could go for the Romans' way, since the Carthage's cav is bogged down and he's not cycle charging, which would be using his troops to the maximum effect, but the Roman troops are very tired at this point, whereas Carthage's are pretty much fresh. So it could go anyway, but it's pretty much a foregone conclusion what's going to happen, and that's going to be Carthage routing or killing off all these urbans and First Legionary cohorts. You can see all of the bodies from my force, the Parthians, Carthaginians, Romans, heavily contested background. Now, this is something I found weird. I think it's some glitch, or are these guys just slacking? They're just stabbing thin air, or desecrating bodies. One of the two. You decide. Well, this fight is going to take a while, so in a moment I will just fast forward it, and we'll see the conclusion. And here we are, and the Romans are, there we go, the mass rout, and Carthage starts to Carthage kills all the routers to get more kills, since it's a scored resolution battle. The more kills, the higher you'll place in the standings. You can see my scythe chariot still running around in the back. Yeah, the rules for this were 5 units. That was about it. 5 units. You could choose whatever you wanted. No one chose elephants, which is surprising. Well, here is the final part of the battle. Carthage charges in all his cavalry into the Brudii, since these two are the last two remaining factions, but the Brudii still have quite a good deal of troops left, and it's not, again, a foregone conclusion. You can see some Carthaginian troops routing. For some reason, the flags were turned off at this point. I don't know why, it just happened. I guess we lost connection or something, and the flags were turned off. So the Romans are slowly killing off the Carthaginian cav, and one by one, the cav units start to rout and run away from the battle, as you see here. All that's left now is the general bodyguard. But due to YouTube restrictions, I'm not going to be able to show you this part, So that's the end of the battle. It was just his general's bodyguard charging in and dying. So here's the results. It says I won. I don't really get this, but I guess it's because I have the most kills compared to the troops I have. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.